And I started the recording.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Are we ready to get started?
Um, you have two board members. We only have, so we have the property owner from 21-24. Melanie, I still don't see Mark on the call right now. If he pops on, I'll let everyone know. But we only have the representative for 13-24. The representative or property owner for 18-24, 19-24, and 20-24 are not in attendance right at this moment. So if the board wants, we can start, and we can start with 13-24 like it's advertised, and then we'll probably have to, if I don't see people, I'll let you guys know when we get to 18, 19, 20. We'll probably have the board make a motion to move those to the end, and then we could skip down to 21-24 since we do technically have the property owner.
Vince, do you have any preference on how we move
I
forward?
think we proceed in order and then we can get to a continuance or delayed to move 18 and 19 to the back. If they're still not here, we'll just have to either make a motion to continue or dismiss.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
All right. You good with that, Gretchen?
Yep, that's fine.
All right. And you said it was recording?
Yes, it is recording. You're good to go.
All right. I'd like to call the meeting of the St. Louis County Board of Zoning Adjustment to order. The board members present today are Justin Randall, Vice Chair, Vince Nutt, Member. The Department of Planning staff members are Debbie Nesbitt, Gretchen Arnold, and Abby Freudel. Also on the call is John Burford from the County Counselor's Office. First, I offer into the record the affidavit of publications pertaining to today's meeting, March 6, 2024. The board hereby takes official notice and admits into evidence on the record the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance, Chapter 1003, St. Louis County Revised Ordinance 1974 as amended, and Chapter 1004, St. Louis County Revised Ordinance 1974 as amended. Next, I would call for a motion to approve the minutes of the previous BZA meeting of February 7th, 2024.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as noted.
I will second that motion. All those in favor respond with aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the ayes have it. This meeting is conducted as a teleconference and is recorded. The planning staff will read each request into the record and present technical advice to the board if needed. The petitioner will be unmuted, state their name, and make a brief presentation to the board explaining the reason and the hardship for the requested variance. The board will not consider financial hardships. Board members may ask questions to clarify the facts. When the board is satisfied with the material presented, the chairperson will then ask if there is anyone in favor or opposition to the request. To do so, click the hand next to your name, and if there are any comments submitted, staff will read those into the record. Before a call for the vote, the petitioner may request a continuance in order to bring in additional documentation. The board may also request a continuance to gather additional information or for a visit to the site. Once comments have been heard, the chairperson will call for a vote. At that time, the discussion has ended and no further discussion will be permitted. The board will generally make a decision today. Since there are only 2 members at this time, if the board's vote is split 1-1, the request will be continued to the next regular scheduled meeting when all 3 members are present. If a variance is approved, the petitioner has 6 months to obtain the necessary permits or establish the use requested, or the variance will expire. The petitioner or any interested party has the right of appeal to the St. Louis County Circuit Court. Paperwork indicating the board's decision will be mailed to the petitioner following the meeting.
All right, the first item we have on the agenda today is 13-24. Emily Carls which is a request for an exception to the front yard regulations for the purpose of installing an in-ground swimming pool at 6545 Saybrook Drive, maintaining a front yard of 6 feet in lieu of 20 feet along New Hampshire Avenue, as required by the R5 Residence District regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance. And Ben, I'm going to ask for you to unmute. Again, just please state your name for the record, and then you'll be able to present to the board.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Ben Meredith. I'm the contractor for Emily Carls, and we'd be installing the in-ground pool. And this was continued from the last meeting, but we're asking for a 6-foot setback on the the west side of the property along New Hampshire Avenue, and then the north side along her property line. And as you can see, there's a privacy fence along the west and the north side. And something I forgot to mention last time is we are along the driveway, the concrete driveway, there's a wrought iron fence that is getting replaced with a privacy fence also. Yeah, the pictures you're seeing right now, that's the location of where the pool would go.
Okay.
Just not
And then is there,
questions. I recall this from the last time. I just wanted to see the additional photos is what my continuance request was for last time.
and then staff, was that a new letter of opposition that was sent to us as well, or?
No,
that's
it was the same one from
the
last
same
time.
one? Okay, all right. And staff, can you take that back to the site plan that showed where the variances were gonna be requested? Yeah, thank you. Oh, perfect, thank you.
Is that concrete block wall that's shown within the setback area, is that a retaining wall or is that?
Yeah, so that goes into, there's a concrete pad down there, and then that goes into a doorway into like the walkout basement there.
Okay.
I think I asked the last time, but just, do you have an idea of where the pool equipment will be located? The pump?
Yeah, so, yeah, after talking with, we're gonna put the equipment I guess, on the south side over there, kind of out of the setbacks. Basically, probably right there about where that retaining wall stops, right in there somewhere.
So it won't be within the 6-foot setback, it will be within the 20-foot setback or no?
Yeah, it'll be like in between the 6-foot and the 20-foot line there.
And
Just for I'm understanding, would it be, what it appears to be stairs or at least step downs to the pool, it would be on that side?
Yeah, so that's the entrance to the pool. So, yeah, we'd basically just go somewhere right in there, just basically wherever we could get it right there, that would be out of the setback distance.
Okay. And staff, this is considered a front yard, or is this considered a rear yard? Just, this is a weird lot in that you got kind of frontage on two lots here.
It's
Really doesn't have much of a front yard.
Yeah, it's considered a front yard because it's along New Hampshire.
Okay.
So let's see. So a front yard along New Hampshire would be 6 feet. And then if the pool equipment is not meeting that 20-foot setback, then it needs to be included in the variance also.
Yeah. Okay. Vince, do you have any other questions for the applicant?
No, not at this time.
Okay. At this time, I'll ask if there's anyone that would like to speak in opposition or for the application.
I don't see any hands, so at this time I'm going to mute the petitioner's representative so the board can take a vote. And this is 13-24.
Yeah, just a couple things. This one's tough for me. It's a struggle because it's got in my opinion, you got two fronts, but this acts kind of like a rear yard. Uh,
It's a unique lot configuration, period. And it looks like even just the building itself had to deal with what the site gave it in this sense. So,
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, which is one of the classifications for issuing a variance. So,
I'll take a stab at this one if you don't mind.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. I would make a motion to rule in favor of the variance based on the hardship of a very unique shaped lot, noting multiple really front yards within the variance itself, and just having the addition of, and that pending the addition of putting the new privacy fence along the driveway.
And the pool equipment, is that
Yeah.
going to be approved also?
Yeah.
I would include the pool equipment to be within the variance of the allotted area, noting that it will still be within the 6-foot variance area away from the property line.
Yes. I will second that motion. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, so this variance was approved, and the planning department will be sending your approval after the meeting.
All right, so 18-24, 19-24, and 20-24, we do not have a representative on the call. So it is up to you guys on what you guys would like to do with that. We can move it to the end and see if anybody joins, or you guys can choose to do what you want.
I propose at this time to move case 18-24, 19-24, and 20-24 to behind 21-24.
I second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so if you would, Gretchen, move to 21-24, and we'll take a look at that one, and then we can decide what we do with the other three.
Yep, sounds good. Let me just get to that page. All right, 21-24, James Drury, is a request for an exception to the parking regulations for the purpose of constructing parking and a drive-through lane for a new Burger King at 5601 Telegraph Road, maintaining a front yard of 11 feet in lieu of 15 feet along Baumgardner Road, and to allow the drive-through lane along the Telegraph Road frontage as required by the C2 Shopping District regulations and Section 1003.165 off-street parking and loading regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance. And then give me 1 second here, Mark. I'm going to request for you to unmute. And Melanie, I'll also request for you to unmute, just in case there's something that Mark needs help with. All right, Melanie, I see you're unmuted, and then Mark is now unmuted as well.
We good, Gretchen?
Yep, you're good to go, Mark.
Thank you. Gretchen, can you share screen? Can I share screen with you?
I have to make you a participant. Let me see what I can do here. Let me make you a panelist.
Okay. I have a short 3-minute PowerPoint just so everybody can understand our petition better.
Yep, let me take a look here. Okay, Mark, I'm gonna give you, I think I have to stop sharing real quick, hang on.
Okay.
Okay, there you go, Mark.
All right, I'm going to press the share on the bottom of mine, and I'm going to pick up this guy right here. Okay, thank you. Let's do the slide from the beginning. Melanie from Mid-America Hotels Corp is with me this afternoon. Help us with any questions you may have. Mid-America Corporation is the owner of the Burger King on the Telegraph site. Mid-America Corporation has been my client since 1993, so I'm dating myself, but They are very, very good at keeping their properties up to date, clean, and very nice for all our uses. And with that being said, our project here, the existing Burger King's been there since 1985. So it's been there 40 years, and it's time for us to modernize. And when we go into modernization, obviously one of the things that is very important now compared to 1985 is adequate drive-through lanes, double ordering lanes, as well as more stacking than we used to have. So let me see if I can get this thing to move to the next graphic for me. Okay. So this is the aerial of the site. We got Telegraph Road. North is up on your sheet, and we're the corner of Baumgartner Road and Telegraph, and that's the existing site. We plan on keeping the two existing entrances. However, we need to rotate the building to make it fit for our site. Again, this was done in 1985. We have plenty of room on the site. However, the geometrics of the site on a real nice rectangle for us, so we have to ask for a couple variances for us to build this new Burger King. Again, here's a picture of the existing building from the south entrance on Telegraph Road. Very well maintained. However, it is just obsolete. And here's a picture from Baumgartner Road and Telegraph looking at our site. Again, very nice building, but it's outlived its usefulness in our world that we live in today. And here's a picture from the entrance on Baumgartner Road. Here's a quick colored rendering of what we're trying to do here. What we're asking for, again, is an 11-foot parking setback from the property line on Baumgartner Road instead of 15. And that matches the existing parking as it is in the field today. Okay, so we're not going any closer than the existing parking is today, but we need to do that to get our stacking and our drive aisles in place. Pointing out here, there's excessive green space between our property line and the edge of Baumgartner Road of 16 feet. Normally, you may probably only see about 7 feet of green space in that area, but there's 16 feet there. So the setback of the existing parking lot / proposed parking lot is very comfortable, and it's a very nice green space. It's what you would expect to see, and actually probably a little more green space than you would expect to see. Same thing goes for our frontage on Telegraph Road. We're requesting a drive-through lane in the front yard. And to do so, we have to have that drive aisle to the right of it also, which is also requesting an 11-foot parking setback from the right-of-way of Telegraph. And again, that matches where the existing parking lot goes to. We're not intruding any closer to Telegraph Road than we are today or Baumgartner Road. In fact, there's 18 feet of green space past our property line to the edge of pavement, so there's significant green space out in that area. With that, that's my quick presentation. If you have any questions, Melanie or I would be happy to answer them for you.
Vince, do you have any questions of the applicant at this time?
I don't at this time. No.
I just have a question. What the existing curb lines, basically you're saying they're not changing from the setbacks from Telegraph and Baumgartner, right? That's the existing sort of curb line.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then the other staff, I think you guys provided a staff report on this, and one of the other items was the drive-through lane. Is that correct, being in the front?
Yes, that's correct. They're requesting for the drive-through lane to be in a front yard along Telegraph.
Okay. And I'm assuming, Mr. Dorian, that there's just no other way for site circulation to not have that in the front?
We were able to come up with one other drawing, and it was not good.
Yeah. Understood.
He has been working with Peter Grine, one of our planners, and staff here at the planning department to try to work out something, and this was pretty much the
Yeah.
closest we could get.
I'm extremely familiar with this site. I frequently, more than I'd like to, because my daughter is the Nuggets fan there. So I know the site, it's tight. I think this is probably the best layout you could probably get and improve circulation for sure. So, all right. Is there anybody in favor or opposition that would like to speak on this particular case?
I don't see any hands. I know that there is a neighbor on the call, but from what I kind of gathered, I don't think he intends to speak. So I don't see any hands. So at this time, Mark, I'm going to move you back into an attendee spot. Melanie, I'm going to mute you. And Mark, I'm also going to mute you so the board can take a vote.
Thank you.
In the matter of 21-24, based on the existing conditions and the oddly shaped lot, I recommend the variances as advertised.
I second that motion.
All those in favor will signify with an aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the application is approved and the planning department will be sending your information out shortly. Just also remember you have a 6-month window on those variances. So.
Mark, if I can get you to stop sharing, I think that's what I need you to do first in order for me to move you. Let's see here. Okay, perfect.
All right, did anybody else?
We've got
join
more
us?
people on. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna move Mark out of here. That way I can share. Okay. Let me see here. I see a couple new people on. I know we have 18-24. There's 2 other ones on here that I'm not sure where they fully belong yet, but we can move to 18-24 and then let me unmute these other 2 real quick and see where they are. Jerry, I'm going to request for you to unmute. Okay. I'll message. Okay, there we are. Hi, Jerry. Is there a petition you're here for today? Jerry, I cannot hear you.
Zoom?
Hello.
I
Yep.
see people, but I can't.
There we go. Now I can hear you. Is there a petition you're here for today? All right. I'm gonna mute them and I'll message them. So I see Terry Schmidt on the call for 18-24. So let me get this back into a presentation and if the board wants, I'll read 18-24 in and we'll get that one going.
Yep, go for it.
18-24 Terry Schmidt is a request for an exception to the front and rear yard regulations and the lot coverage requirements for the purpose of maintaining an above-ground swimming pool and equipment at 8501 Rosemary Avenue, maintaining a front yard of 2 feet for the pool and 1 foot for the equipment in lieu of 20 feet along Langley Avenue, and a rear yard of 4 feet for the pool and 1 foot for the equipment in lieu of 15 feet along Langley Avenue, and a lot coverage of 9% in lieu of 7% as required by the R5 Residence District regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance. And Terry, I'm going to request for you to unmute and then just state your name for the record and you'll be able to present to the board. Terry, you're unmuted, so if we...
Yes, Terry Schmidt.
Yep, you're good. Go ahead and present.
Well, I've had a pool in my yard for almost 30-something years. I was not aware of there was any policy that you needed to permit in the county to put a pool up even above ground. I did this pool as for my grandchildren as they were growing up. My husband decided this year that he decided to put electrical back by the pool so to run the pump instead of running electrical cord across the driveway to have the pump maintain the pool. Everything is behind the gate. I haven't had any problems over the years with the pool being in this position at all.
Okay. Vince, do you have any questions of the applicant?
Can we go back to the plan, site plan and well? The questions I had is just trying to confirm this is the same location that the pool has always been. Is this a new pool or is this just putting the power in for the pump?
New pool, but it's an existing spot that other pools have been sitting in. We had to replace a liner, so they suggested we buy a whole pool because the sides were rusting. And we put it back up where the existing pools have always been.
And can you confirm for me the hardship on why you would need to be in the same location if it's a new pool as far as the setbacks, why it can't be?
That's the best spot in our yard. Up near the rear of our house, it's like the driveway splits, as you can see on the frame, and there's a hillside, and that's the best spot. That's the flattest part that we found of the yard. And if we move it to, let's say, the left more, it's a little off center, and if we wanted to widen the driveway, we wouldn't be able to.
So it's on flat land. That's the
Yes.
flattest land of the yard. Okay. That's what I was
Flattest
trying to
part of our
understand.
yard, yes.
Okay. And the pool pump is that an existing location of where the pump is? You said you had a cord to it. Is there another reason why the pump has
It's
to be on
always
this
where the
side?
pump has been, on the pool, or the pool, that's where the pump has always sat. Where the ladder shows on the plan, that's where all the ladder has always been. We take it in and out of the pool each night. The shed has always been in the same spot. So we figured that was the flattest part of our yard.
And is the pump sitting on the ground or is it on the curb?
The what?
Is the pump sitting on the ground or is it on a concrete pad?
It's on a concrete pad that we made.
So it's an existing pad. Okay, I'm trying to understand
There's
if
16 by
the
16 little
requirement or request or
papers.
why it can't be moved. Okay. I have no further questions, Justin.
Okay. At this time, I'm gonna ask if there's anyone in favor or opposition that would like to speak on the matter.
I don't see any hands at this time, so I'm going to mute the petitioner so the board can take a vote. This is 18-24.
The application for 18-24 variance for an above ground pool. I'll make a motion to approve the variance citing the hardship as the topography of the lot itself in the enclosed area.
I'll second that motion. All those in favor signify with an aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Nope. All right. The variance has been approved and the county will be sending your paperwork shortly.
Okay, let me unmute these two other people and just see if I can find out where they belong if they're for the other two petitions or not. Darlene, I'm going to request for you to unmute because I've sent both of them messages and neither one has responded back. Darlene, if you're on the call, I've sent a request for you to unmute. I need you to unmute so we can find out what you're here for today. I'm gonna try Jerry again. Jerry, I'm gonna request for you to, oh, wait. Jerry, hold on just a second. You can unmute, but it will take me a second. Darlene, okay. Is there a particular petition you're here for today?
I was trying to get on with the one for Eric Walker.
Okay. Are you the
He wasn't able to
representative?
get on, so he asked me if I could get on, and I got on, but I'm not really sure. That's the petition that I'm trying to,
So are you the property owner or
for the general contractor.
you're the general contractor? Okay. Alrighty. So in this
Gretchen,
case,
why don't you do
Yeah.
that one and then we
Yeah.
can take a look at it. It looks like it's just replacing an existing deck, so.
Yeah. Yep, you're correct. All right. So Darlene, let me read this into the minutes and then we'll let you present 19-24, okay? 19-24 Judith Hoffman is a request for an exception to the rear yard regulations for the purpose of replacing a deck at 4432 Kurth Circle Crossing, maintaining a rear yard of 4 feet in lieu of 15 feet as required by the R4 Residence District regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance and PEU Ordinance 21,522. Darlene, please just state your name for the record and then feel free to present to the board.
My name is Darlene Pedroli. I work for Pride Master Inc. and we're just trying to, I guess, do the service for the customer. And I wish I knew more, but that's about all I can help with. Since the person, I guess the supervisor who wanted to get on hasn't had access to it, so I'm sorry. Is it possible to go with just what was submitted?
It looks like from the application that you're looking to replace a deck in its existing location with the same dimensions. Is that to your knowledge?
Yes, that's correct.
That was my only question, Vince, so,
The hill there behind it is more than likely common ground. And then that little, I guess, ditch valleyway there is probably somewhere along the property line. So it wouldn't affect anyone. She's got a neighbor attached on the opposite side of her. And then the neighbor closest to the deck is attached to someone else. So there is a nice walkway between them.
And just to confirm, this will be a similar deck. This won't be a covered deck. Be able to speak to that, Darlene.
Just an open deck, yes.
Okay. I have no other questions, just.
okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak for or against the proposed variance?
I don't see any hands, so at this time I'm going to mute the petitioner's representative so the board can take a vote. This is 19-24.
In the matter of 19-24, based on the existing conditions and lot, I will make a motion to approve the variance as advertised.
Second that motion.
All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, the ayes have it. So this will be sent out, the approval information after the meeting.
All right, so I do see an individual on there. I mean, I can try to have him unmute again, but I don't think he could hear us maybe when we were requesting that unmute originally. I've sent a message. I can try again. I don't know where he belongs, unfortunately, if he is the representative for this petition or not.
Yeah, try one more time, see
Okay.
if you can get figured out, and then
Okay.
we'll address it here.
Yep, sounds good. Jerry, I'm going to request for you to unmute.
Okay, I'm unmuted.
Hi, Jerry. Is there a petition you're here for today?
This 20-24, but I am not a representative. I'm just a neighbor who just got a notice in the mail
Okay.
about this petition.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put you back on mute while the board makes a decision, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so we
Um,
do not have a representative for 20-24.
So based on there not being a petitioner or applicant here, I'd recommend continuing 20-24 to the next available meeting.
I second that motion.
All those in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, so that will be continued to the next meeting. Staff, if you would please just help with making sure Jerry has the ability to know what that meeting is so that he can be a part of the next one.
Yes, so the next meeting, Debbie, should be the
March 20th.
March 20th. Okay. So,
March 20th it is. So Jerry, if you heard that, we will reconvene then.
The public notice for that will be posted on the public notices page on St. Louis County's website.
Perfect. Thank
which
you,
will contain
Abby.
the link to join the meeting.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you, guys. No further business.
no further business. We just need a motion to adjourn.
Looking for a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Second that motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. Meeting adjourned. Thanks
All right,
everybody for
see
your
you
time.
guys.
Bye.